Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me for this new episode of Inspiring Our World. My name is Julie Tara. I'm your Nikken Wellness Ambassador and the host of this podcast. Today, we're going to talk about the vital importance of sleep for a healthy life. Sleep is something every living creature needs. Some species need more than others. Today, we're going to talk about the study of sleep and how important it is for humans to get enough of it. Scientists don't yet understand exactly why we need sleep so badly. They believe it restores us physically and helps us organize things in our brain. We do know, however, that we can't live a total wellness lifestyle without it. We cannot force ourselves to fall asleep, just as we can't force ourselves to digest food more quickly or to eat as much as we want without gaining weight. In other words, we can't control our sleep patterns. However, we can create the right conditions for sleep, both mentally and physically. That is, we can create good sleep habits for a pleasant sleep experience. The study of sleep makes for fascinating science. Here are some interesting facts about other species. English bulldogs are the only canines known to experience sleep apnea, a breathing disorder. Their unusual airway anatomy, short snouts, and underbites is the likely reason. Sea otters hold hands when they sleep so they don't drift away from each other. Whales and dolphins literally fall half asleep. Each side of their brain takes turns so they can come up for air. Trees go to sleep at night by relaxing their branches and perk them up in the morning. Snails can sleep for 3 years. Giraffes can get by on an average of 30 minutes of sleep each night. There are also intriguing facts about humans and our sleep patterns. We are the only mammals that willingly delay sleep. 30 minutes of exercise each day correlates with 14 minutes of extra sleep per night. Parents of newborns lose about 6 months' worth of sleep in their child's first 2 years of life. Each additional child increases the mother's loss of sleep by 46%. Sleepwalking is most likely to occur between the ages of 3 and 17, with 15% of people thought to be sleepwalkers. Women sleep longer than men. The reason is that women tend to multitask more than men, therefore their brains work harder and take longer to recover. We can dream in color or in black and white. About 12% are believed to dream exclusively in black and white. Today, about 75% dream in color, while only 15% did before color television became available. Scientists used to think that everything shut down when we sleep, but over the last 60 years, they've discovered that our brains are very active while we sleep. In fact, some parts of the brain use more oxygen and glucose while asleep than when awake. The timing of our need for sleep is based on how long we've been awake and our body clock. For example, if we stay awake all night, we will feel more tired at 4 a.m. than at 10 a.m. Recent breakthroughs may have identified the gene that makes some people cope more easily with a lack of sleep. A third of our lives is spent sleeping and resting, but not everyone actually feels rested after spending time in bed. There are many reasons for not sleeping. Maybe tomorrow brings an event that is too exciting, or it could be the first day of a new job or at a new school. You could be auditioning for a gig as a musician or actor. There might be a big celebration to attend, an anniversary, a birthday, so many kinds of parties. Whatever the reason, between 10 and 30% of adults have insomnia at one time or another. But thankfully, there are simple steps to take to get a sound night's sleep. Where and how you sleep can make a difference in how well you sleep. When you rest in an environment that is comfortable and soothing, it helps you fall asleep. Even though you're sleeping, getting enough rest is part of the total wellness lifestyle. Here are a few things to try. Keep the room dark and quiet. In other words, whenever you're able to, keep any stimulation out. Some people fall asleep to the TV or headset every night. If you can sleep through the night that way and get up feeling rested, that's great. But chances are the TV and the headset could keep you awake longer. Try keeping your electronic devices off and see if it helps you. The cell phone is an especially big disruptor because it can jar you awake when you're in a nice sound sleep, and then you can't fall back asleep. Make sure to turn it off or at least keep it silent. Give yourself the chance to calm down and empty the mind. Breathe in and breathe out slowly and rhythmically. It may even help to count 1, 2, 3 as you breathe in, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 as you breathe out, keeping the exhalation slower than the inhalation. Have you heard the counting sheep method of going to sleep? This is similar to counting your breaths, but parents have been known to tell their children to count sheep when they have a hard time falling asleep. The monotony of visualizing sheep and counting them has a slightly hypnotic effect that may lull you to sleep. Ventilation is as important as your breath. If the bedroom is stuffy, open a window. If there's no window, try a fan. The Kenko air purifier is also a big help because it cleans the stale air. If you feel wired, don't go to bed. Wait until you feel sleepy. A warm bath or shower may help you unwind. Make sure you get some kind of routine exercise every day. It doesn't have to be strenuous, but getting the circulation going earlier in the day will help you be tired and ready to catch some Z's. In bed, but not quite ready to shut your eyes? Pick up a real book with pages, not an ebook. Reading tires out the eyes and does not have the same effect as an electronic device that lights up, and paper does not give off undesired electromagnetic waves. To get your body to calm down and feel more connected to a natural state, try putting a Kenko ground under your feet or neck. Just make sure it's touching your skin. Very importantly, make sure your bedding is comfortable. Nikken has a whole Kenko sleep pack, sized for different beds, that can help make your nightly slumber a restful experience to look forward to. There are two experts I'd love to mention here. Matthew Walker, PhD, is a neuroscientist and a sleep expert. He wrote a book called Why We Sleep: Unlocking the Power of Sleep and Dreams. You can find lots of his talks on YouTube. He is fabulous. Also, another expert in sleep is Russell Foster, who's director of the Sleep and Circadian Neuroscience Institute at the University of Oxford in the United Kingdom. He has several books, but one I'll mention here is called Lifetime: Your Body Clock and Its Essential Roles in Good Health and Sleep. You know, I've been using the Nikken sleep system for 28 years now, and I never really had a problem with sleep prior, but I have to tell you, my sleep has been absolutely stellar during these 28 years. It is very rare for me to have a bad night's sleep. One thing I notice is that it's really easy to fall asleep. You know, when you're on the Kenko Nature Rest Fit and you're covered with the Kenko Dream Comforter, whether it's the regular for winter months or the lightweight for summer months, and you've got that amazing Makura pillow, with the pillowcase, of course, the Nature Rest pillowcase under your head, it's amazing how fast you fall asleep. I literally lay down and think for a minute or so, and boom, I'm out. I'm sure you noticed the same thing. And that's a very big deal because a lot of people do struggle with falling asleep. Now, the ideal duration of sleep is somewhere in the range of 7 to 9 hours. I find for me about 8 hours is perfect, from something like 10 o'clock at night to 6 a.m. in the morning. That's the average for me, and that really works well. If you feel you need 9 hours, great, fantastic. If you can get by and feel super when you're on 7 hours of sleep, that's fine too. But that's the kind of ballpark area for all of us. Now, another thing is how I feel when I wake up. What I notice is that I'm not like dragging myself out of bed. When I wake up, it's like, ping, it's time to wake up. And, I never use an alarm clock because I always wake up somewhere around 6 o'clock, unless I have a flight that I need to catch. Maybe it's a really early flight. And then I'm going to put on the alarm, of course, to make sure I don't oversleep. But generally speaking, I just wake up naturally and go, oh, it's time to wake up. It's good to wake up with the sunrise too. It's a very natural way for all of us that goes back eons, of course. So we have the set, the Kenko pack of the Nature Rest Fit, the Dream Comforter, the Makura pillow, of course, the Nature Rest pillowcase. We also have the Kenko Power Sleep Mask. That is marvelous for deep sleep. You can also use that for a nap. It's really nice. Now, mentioned earlier, we can add in the Kenko ground mat, and that is super. I mean, so long as you've got bare skin on it, that's important. But that's a wonderful addition. And hey, let's not forget, we've got the Kenko Therm cocoon. Oh my goodness, who doesn't love that? Whether you're camping, taking a nap on the couch, that cocoon is fabulous. You have people coming over for sleepovers, kids, grandkids, whatever. That cocoon is just marvelous. And then we have the Nature Rest Cozy Throw, which is so fantastic for keeping in the car and taking to, games, basketball, baseball, football games, going for picnics. It's also lovely, again, for the evenings if you're watching a movie, just to throw it over you, or for taking a nap. Naps are very healthy, by the way. It's a very good idea to take a short nap in the early afternoon. Nothing later than probably 3, but somewhere between sort of 1 to 2:30. There is a reason that in Europe, everyone has a siesta and all the shops close. So now another piece of fascination is dreams. What are dreams and why do we have them? One of the things I've noticed with the sleep system is that dreaming is powerful, potent, and consistent. And if you get in the habit of noticing your dreams and recording them in the morning or whenever you wake up from the dreams will come more because they feel welcomed. They feel like, oh, she wants to know, he wants to know what we're conveying here. And I think dreams are exceptionally important in life. I've been part of a dream group for many, many years, and I find it an extraordinary area of life. So I've definitely noticed that for myself and other friends of mine, we dream consistently when we're on the sleep system, and that's marvelous. So of course, everybody's experience is a little bit different, but I can tell you that through these 28 years, it is really rare for me to have a bad night of sleep, like I said. And I mean, even going through all the ups and downs of life and changes through life, I've never had a problem with sleep. Thank you, Nikken, for that. And I'm sure many of you agree. So let's help our world to have great sleep so that everybody feels so much better for the day. Thanks so much for listening, everybody. And don't forget to follow the podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. We also put them onto YouTube so they can be translated into other languages. And please do make comments on YouTube. We love that. And also, it's important to share. Let's share the power of sleep and all the other wonderful subjects we cover in the podcast. So do share with others. Thanks so much, and I'll talk to you next week. Have a marvelous, marvelous week, everyone. Bye for now.